Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse and this is the part of my channel where I show you the mods I really like. I will say though, I only review the mods I actually plan to use in my specific game. That means there can be so many good, wonderful mods out there that I'm not planning to do, maybe because it's props I'm not that into or animals that don't inspire me. There are over 1,000 different Planet Zoo mods out there on Nexus, so therefore I can't go over them all this way, and there will be a lot I miss simply because I'm not gonna use them. I don't have a supercomputer that are able to maintain every single mod in here, so therefore it is important that you check Nexus out and make your own mind up of what you're going to do. Today we're gonna look at the Faux Rocks Pack by NDPdesigns, and maybe you're not into this at all, and maybe you are, but either ways there are so many wonderful mods out there to check out. But as I said, this is the Faux Rock Pack by NDPdesign, and to be honest, looking at it this way, it is the most boring mod out there. And I was not going to download it until I saw a video on it. I think it was by Leaf Productions, mainly because he also do a lot of mod showcasing. And I think he was the one that showed me, but to be honest, the color scheme is just off for me. It is rocks, so therefore it do make sense that it's boring, but until I noticed that they are flexi colored, then it started to make sense for me. And it's every single piece in here. I'm just going to go back to the original so I can show you more details on it. When you search on it in here, you can search on Faux Rock Packs. You can also search on modded. I'm just reading the tags. I'm pretty sure it's the same tag on. No, there's a bit different tags on some of them, but I'm just gonna read up here. It's one of them that had a lot of tags. It's Africa, Asia, Climbable, Aero, Faux Rocks Pack, Flexicolor, Modded, Non-Grid Prop, North America, Oceanica, South Central America, and Stone. So no matter what you pick to search for, it will show up. I think the reason for all of the continental packs is because they also show up over here. I don't know if it's every single one of them, but it kind of seems like there is. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a few extras rows over here, and it's pretty much the same over here. So I think it's everything. But let's get into it. I think I'm gonna start over here with what could look like a tree log. Again, all of them are made as stone, but if you want to change the color a bit, if we just, I'm just gonna about there. If I this color instead, I'm not gonna change every single one of them, then it will change up and look more like a tree, falling tree. They are also round, but when you place them on the ground, then you can see it goes down here, and you can actually put them in together. I believe the reason why they do this is because you can go into the path system up there, and this is the 4 meter. I'm just gonna do this, and then it will fit in here, and people will walk in here. They will also walk a tiny bit up here. As you can see, it's not that wide, but you can also depending on how low you're gonna place it, it will fit with the 4 meters. And again, all 4 pieces are going to fit in together if you want. This one is a bit more, you can see the end here will be harder to fit, so probably I would put it, whoa, just try again, over here at the end piece, and then these two would be the middle pieces, I think. But this one have a window in here, and the other one have not. And I'm just gonna go into the viewing mode, explore mode here. Then you can see it have the, this is the child height, so depending on what you have in there, but this is the normal height and this is the highest height. So adults would look like this, oh, there, and children there. So by placing it lower down, just gonna sorry, I'm so new with that explore mode, but if I was going to put it in there and then take both of them down to where the 4 meter path would fit more, that would be around a bit there. I would prefer to just overlap a tiny bit, but it's, again, it's up to you. There's no rules in this. Now you can see it fit, you can see a lot more, and by going down to child height, the child would also be able to see out here. And what you place on the other side here is, again, sorry, explore mode again. It's totally up to you. You will be able to place in a glass barrier in here. There. And you can see it being in there, but now you have the glass barrier. Yeah, it's a bit too long in here. And it's up to you how much you want to work back and forward with this. But that is a possibility of what you can do with it. I'm not going to make a build or anything today to showcase this entire, sorry for the noise. I'm not going to go in here today and show you a build or anything for this entire project. Because there are so many pieces in here you can use, and I actually think that by going in here you will probably spot some things I don't, so you can do whatever you want. You have these pieces in here. I kind of tried to sort them out a bit. So this is the thinnest pieces. Some of them are together, like this one and this one, and some of them are on their own. I do believe they fit in the height in here if you would want to place them in here. So you could actually put a blind off a road like that. Yeah, these two stuck together, even though I don't think they touch each other. You can see there, it's kind of hard to see if they touch each other, but they do stick together. And then we have a Y and a S and a wobbly thing and a straight thing, and then we got this thing that's kind of weird again, but again, there's no rules in here. You can do exactly what you want to in here. You And again, you don't even need to use these ones. You can also do a rock thing with other things. Then you have this small piece, a tiny wall-ish piece, and then this piece. That's pretty much what you have in this area. Then we can look at this. These would be, I kind of think of these like inside of a cave. Now this one is a bit high for here, but again you can make your cave by other pieces. But these could either be on the ground sticking up in a cave, but they can also be sticking down. I think it's one of these things that I always think about when I think about a cave. Not that I go around just thinking about caves all the time, but this is one of the things I do. And if you have the, what's it called, V turned on, I don't remember what it's called, but the V button, then this will stick out on the side of things and not on top of things. Then we got these things, which is kind of wall pieces. Again, you could use these to block out a tunnel. I don't know if they would stick. They don't stick perfectly together, I think, but they do. They do work together, but they are not made to be perfect together, which I think is perfectly fine. So you have the rounded piece, the flat piece, and then a smaller round piece. I think like this would be 45 degrees and this would be half of that, maybe. So let's just move them out and start on the look at the next thing. If you think I run a bit too fast, it's because no one wants to look at this for an hour. Then you got this, which I kind of feel like would be perfect for a centerpiece. Like you could have a statue in the middle. Maybe some flowers down the sides or something like that. That's just what I think. Again, no wrong and right answers here. And this is just like a smaller piece, but more detailed. A lot more detailed. You wouldn't be able to fit water in there, which I would like to be able to, but maybe it's just me. Then we got a round piece. And a smaller round piece. Is not like significantly smaller, but it is smaller. And then you have this Pac-Man piece. I don't know what else to call it. It's a Pac-Man piece in my head. Then we have these thingies, which yeah, it's not the thingies I know again what to do with, but it is blocks of rocks, so whatever you feel like will be the right answer. And again, every single thing in here is Flexicolor. Then we got these pieces, which I think tells a story, and I don't know if it's just me, but I was at Pompeii at a point with my school where we was seeing the old city, where there was some places where you actually could see the lava from the volcano had sculpted out stones outside the body of the dead people. So you could see like these stone figures where you could actually see how the people were standing or lying or what they did when they died. Which these kind of reminds me of. again, I don't know if it's what you think, but it was, I think. Then we got like a square-ish block of stone. These two. And again, just or 3 pieces, we can take that with us at once. You could use them again. This is round, but it plays down there. You could put it up here to make this higher. You could put it in a bush. You could put it in at a corner. You basically put it where you think a stone would be. Then we got some tree stumps in here. Again, they are still, I'm pretty sure they're still placed at, this is Page 37. They all have numbers, or most of them have anyone. 37. Yeah, it's still marked as stone. But again, whether or not which color you give it, for me, these looks more like tree stumps. But again, no right and wrong answer. Oh, then we got this one that actually fitted in here. And then we got some more tree-ish things. I'm just gonna move these first. And again, they have different thickness, different sizes, different heights. But they are all extremely detailed. You see here. Again, they are not meant for you to go this close, but you can see like every single carving inside of them, which for me make them seem a lot more tree-like. Then we got this one piece that I think is small enough, that people can walk under. I'm just gonna go in here and find our little guy here. Yeah, they will be able to go under, but you have to remember 4-meter road, so some of them will just go through here. You aren't able to fit the entire road in here, so it's whether or not you think that's okay, if you can work with that. Then we got the bigger massive piece here. Again, it's just a big brother for what we've seen before. Then we got this folded piece, which again, I don't know what you would like to do with it, but when I was a kid, oh yeah, this is the kid's height, this is that old guy side, like that. But be able to look inside a habitat like this, it was so fun when I was a child. Yeah, he had made us. That's, yeah, the piece is long, bigger, but the hole is lower. So that may be able to be used for the children. Then we got this piece that is massive. But this is one of the pieces I actually don't think as like a tree. I think as it like a human heart. It kind of looks like that to me, because we have the one chamber and the second chamber, and then we have all of the veins sticking out in every direction. I don't know, maybe it's just me that feels like it looked like that. Oh. Then we got some more trees. Again, tree-like trees. There are still stones. Marked as stones in a way, but I still think they're tree-like. Some of them is a lot of love in the top, and some of them just end up here. And depending on what you want to do with them, it's, again, the story is totally up to you. This one is also one that you can walk through, but again, the 4-meter path would go out here. So again, if you don't like the guest to actually walk through things, then it's not the thing for you. got another peekaboo things here. And then kind of a what's it called, hourglass shape. I do believe you would be able to fit some of them together. Maybe not this piece. Just trying here. Like merge them in together. That is a possibility. Here you would just have like a branch out here, but that wouldn't be too weird. Here you could actually use this as having some plants up here. But again, kind of the same designs, the same of this kind of the same designs, but a different items, different sizes of items. Then you have one of these, which again is placed partially down in the dirt. You could place this down in the water, or what you want to do. I'm just gonna show you over here. This would also be kind of cool, and you don't really get that it's darker down here, but it kind of looks great. And if you kind of feel like having some fish, or maybe the platypus would be able to swim through here, that would be so nice to see. Then we got like a tiny hat shape and another Y shape, just a lot thicker than the Y we had before over there. And then these two. I do think, however, you need to make sure when you get an idea which size you want it to be in before you start placing all of these things. For instance, if you want to use these, then this will clearly be way too big. But if you want to have like a 3-story building, then some of these will just be too small. Over here we actually have something that is made quite wonderful. For instance, this one is again something you can walk through, and here the path works way better. So we're gonna place this one over here, and this is also something you can walk through where the path will work. Now I'm just gonna show you over here. I go away from this, and then I just take my basic wall here, 4x4, ta-da! It fits. Then if I want to take the, what is it called, the door piece, it fits. And if I want to take the what's it called, wall arch, it fits. If we want to take the rounded piece here, that doesn't fit. That's actually a bit weird because most of it fits. You also have this piece down here, which also fits in there. So a lot of these are actually made on something else. You see this piece here, this piece here. So a lot of them are actually just the normal wall pieces, but these are, I'm just gonna move them all together. They are non-grid pieces, every single one of them. This is kind of the same piece as this, but this is like more, yeah, at the bottom of a tree trunk, and this is more like a stone wall in my mind. But they're all based on the shape of the walls. Then over here we have a completely different wall. I kind of get Mayan feel. Isn't the Mayans what they're called? Native Mexico people, wasn't there? The Mayans, I feel like. But kind of that vibe I get here. And then we got these pieces that are completely different, and you can see here smaller than that but bigger than that, so I think they're around 3 meters. And this one, that's again, I don't know what to call it, but I kind of like it. This like staircase vibe, of course way too big for a staircase, but that's what I feel. And then we got a floor or a roof. My issue with this is, just gonna do this, you have to place them like halfway into each other to be able to make it look good. Because if you want instead to put it on a grid, I'm just gonna do this to show you. If I place a grid here and then place this on top of the item there, go in here and place here. So now I would use the grid, then you will get these lines here, which would make sense some places, but when you place a lot of it, if you think of it like a big roof, then it will look weird that you have the same line, the exact same place every 4 meters. If it was because the lines went that way and sometimes that way or that way, then it would make a bit more sense. But I understand why he made them this way. It's just like, I just feel like you would have to place them more like this than this. But again, up to you. If you want something different, you just do this. Then we come down here to the big boys, and we got this piece. Again, you will be able to walk through. Yeah, I will say though, you could place a path, a bigger path if you want to, like maybe the 8 meter here. So you would kind of do this. Then I'm just gonna move this in here. So you like walk in here, come walking and walking, and then the adults would just walk like this. But the children would choose to kind of like hide in here and haha, you can't see me or something like that. I just feel like that would be fun for children. Again, no rules, you do whatever you want to, but it's just the vibes I get of it. And then we got this one, and you are unable to enter this piece unless you can walk through walls, of course, as we all know our guests are able to. But it's just a giant piece, and then up here you can do whatever you want to. I do wonder though, are you able to fit up here? Not really. Or it does fit, but you can see the structure is different. The size actually fit quite nice, but because this have these parts sticking out and this doesn't, then it doesn't actually fit. I do feel though you would be able to combine a lot of the pieces down here and make something work. If you want to, maybe you just want the size it has is really big at this point. I'm just gonna construction 6 meters. I would, yeah. This is 12 meters and 1 meter more. Yeah, that's 13 meters. Again, if you want it in foot, you have to 13 by 3. That would be 9. That's 39 feet high. Maybe 40. 40 would make sense to make it in. So that's the height it have. Again, you can't make it shorter, but then you have all of the other pieces that are shorter. And if you want this height but don't want people to go through there, then you can just turn it this way and it will be blocked. So yeah, that's all I have to show you today. Again, every single piece is flexicolor, so you can do whatever you want. They are marked as stone, but if you want it to be wood or anything else, plaster, whatever you feel like, you can make it into that. This pack is one that I'm gonna use a lot, but I'm only gonna use like half of the pieces. But I'm pretty sure other people are going to use the pieces I don't have, or I'm not gonna use. So I'm actually glad that the NDPdesigns chose to make this many different rocks. If you want to download the Faux Rocks Pack yourself, I have a link below to Nexus where you can find it. And I also have a link to a YouTube video from Leaf Production where he shows you exactly how to download and enter these mods into your game if you need help with it. I know some people do, some people don't. I think it's a wonderful video he has there. Otherwise guys, that's all I have for you today. You know the drill, like, subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys!